Hello again. In this video I'm going to talk about repositioning, and I'm going to talk why we would reposition a brand or a company and how we would do that. And there's three main mechanisms. So obviously we know repositioning is changing the positioning or the perception of the brand in the minds of the consumer. No point doing that internally. Yes, we have internal plans to how we want to be positioned, but that has to be executed into the marketplace, and we have to get that knowledge up here into consumers so they can see that there is a change in the brand and the brand's position. Okay, so why would we want to reposition an established brand? Okay, we've possibly worked hard at it, it's sitting there, it's profitable, it's doing well for us, and repositioning is a major change. And it's a major change because we've got to change thinking up here. It's not just a matter of going, hey, we've got a new position. Consumers are going to react to that. So we've got to have compelling reasons whenever we want to reposition a brand. So often it's growth based. As marketers, we're expected to do more. You know, we had a great year last year. We increased sales by 20%. And what happens this year? We want more. Well, not me, basically, or the management says we want more, or that's the direction of the company. Growth exists in virtually every company that you will work for. So possibly the brand has reached its potential as is, and we need to modify it. On the other scale, if we're not doing well, we could have poor positioning, which will be reflected in poor sales. So our sales aren't great, our market share is struggling, perhaps declining. Relative to competitors, when we've had a look, our positioning is not great. It could have been great, but then comes along new competition and new competitors, new players come into the marketplace. Perhaps they're attacking us, or perhaps they're reinventing or disrupting the market, and it's changing how consumers think. So that's going to impact us. Potentially more aggression from existing competitors, increased rivalry in the marketplace. They're doing more, they're releasing more product line extensions, they've possibly brought out a new brand. All of those things are going to again affect our position and affect how consumers see us, and perhaps get them to reframe what's important in the decisions, in the consumer decisions. Changing customer needs. So we might have had a great product, well positioned, and then over time, as lifestyles change, environments change, the needs of those segments that we were targeting have changed. So we need to change and adapt and evolve with them. We may have suffered some sort of brand image damage. Something went wrong with a brand, there was a legal issue or a social issue or environmental issue, and we've had a media problem, and the brand has been damaged. So we need to reinvent and reinvigorate the brand. This is the product life cycle. You probably know that, where we go through introduction, growth, and then maturity and decline. So we could find ourselves mature, not growing. The market's not going anywhere. It's flat, and we always want growth. Or is now entering the decline stage. And that's obviously related to changing customer needs. So there's a little bit of overlap there, but the product potential, the brand potential, is not as strong as it used to be. And we may want to enter new segments. This again may be related to growth or changing customer needs, but we may want to expand geographically into other countries, or target different segments that we normally wouldn't have. So a whole bunch of reasons why it happens. Usually strong, successful brands don't think about repositioning other than to support growth. Most repositioning occurs because the brand is underperforming or is struggling. Okay, so how do we do it? Three main ways. The simplest way is just integrated marketing communication, so promotional based communications out to the target audience. So we could do that through publicity, media, getting media stories out there, just getting it known in the community, Facebook, etc., that we are changing. Obviously, our communications need to change. We're going to change our taglines. We're going to focus on our ads and other forms of communication. We're going to focus on key benefits or other benefits and emphasize those because we want to reposition. We might partner with influencers who may get us to new segments or bring a fresh approach to the brand to make it look more exciting and help change that positioning. We could also do the same with sponsorships of key events or activities, and the brand association of that sponsorship flows over to us as a brand, so that will alter it. Obviously spending more money on communications, pushing out there, obviously with the changes, but emphasizing a lot more. Brands often get static if they're not supported. So increasing our spend will help. And even going to different media. So if we're a traditional advertiser on YouTube, for example, and we're just doing lots of YouTube ads, maybe we stop doing that and look at different forms of social media, maybe even traditional media, maybe product placement in movies or TV or games. So just the media selection could help change our positioning. So all of these things are designed to achieve a targeted positioning that we're trying to achieve. So that's probably the simplest, even though there's a fair bit of money spent. Then we go to product-based. This is where we're changing the product. Because positioning normally we need multiple aspects of our marketing mix to change. Foundational to our marketing mix is our product. It's the centerpiece. And all the marketing mix elements in most cases play a supportive role. Not always, there are exceptions, but generally that's how it works. So we often want to have new or improved products. So work on the product, we want to reposition it, so we're going to improve it somehow. We might look at product line extensions. So adding new products to the range, expanding the range. Those products would have different looks, ingredients, designs, functionality. We make what's called product line stretch. So stretching is when we're introducing new products to the line that either increase or decrease our perception of quality. So if we're a car manufacturer and we normally sell cars in the mid-range, if we increase our line with a premium product or a luxury car, we're stretching it upwards. And the same way, if we come out with a budget car, we're stretching it down. So those two things, by adding products that are outside our normal range, higher or lower quality, or different functionality, by the combination of those, we are changing the positioning of the brand. Obviously adding new features, adding things, functionality, what the product can do, changing the way the product looks, its design, its style, its attractiveness, its colors, and of course changing its packaging and its information on the outside. So all of those things are product related, and obviously we can do these two things together. They don't have to be separate, but they're just a different way of doing it. And finally, probably the best way is a full marketing mix change. So we've got our communications or our promotions there, we've got our product, but obviously we can change price points in conjunction with these. We wouldn't do that independently. Changing a place or retailers, getting into different retailers. So there's an association between the brand of the retailer and our brands. So we work together. Good retailers like to have good brands, and good brands like to have good retailers because the branding, the positioning works together. Things like process, maybe we change the process to make it easy, automate it, use some sort of app that will help reposition us a little bit. Changing our people, which is our staff, different recruitment, different training, different service levels, and physical evidence. So if we've got a retailer, the look of our stores, how we present, working on reviews, working harder to get positive reviews or social media, which is all part of physical evidence, and just a general increase in quality, or could be a decrease, depends how we want be positioned, but changing the overall appearance and feel of the organization. So all of those things together will deliver a repositioning. So hopefully that's helpful, going through the why and how of repositioning. Plenty more information on the website for you. Lots of information about perceptual maps, including a free download. So please check it out and please like and subscribe.